Paseka Motsuneng, known as Pastor Mboro, and two others will stay behind bars until their next court appearance on the 16th of August. On Monday, Pastor Mboro and one of his bodyguards entered the Matsediso Primary School in Katlehong and allegedly removed two children. The National Prosecuting Authority detailed some of the charges they have brought against the suspects.
Whole range of charges. We have about 12 charges amongst themselves. So the case has been postponed to the 16th of August for the state to prepare for the bail hearing. So we still have outstanding investigations in respect of the bail application that they want to bring before court. And amongst those is the profiling of all the accused persons, the verification of their addresses, and so on.
Two other suspects arrested for that violent confrontation have been released on bail. They'll be back in court on the 10th of September. Let's get more details on that from our reporter, Nobila Madlala, who joins us now live from the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court. Nobile, do we know what the relationship of the two who will be back on the 10th of September is to any of the accused?
Well, so there's these two boys that were snatched at Matsediso Primary School. The two that just appeared last is the grandmother and the uncle, which we understand at this point are the ones that have the custody of the children. You'll remember that the argument was over the custody, and that's when the boys were snatched. So today they appeared before court facing 3 charges. 2 of common assault, and yes, so based on that, we have been told that they will be getting bail, which they did get for about 1,000 rand, which was a sigh of relief for a lot of people that came to support them. You will remember, if I just take you back a little bit, the community yesterday burning the church. Why did they burn the church? They said that they felt that the pastor had not conducted himself like the man that they have come to know, or the man that stood for his own teachings. And when you remember how Kosas explained it, they said that you cannot be a thug and be a pastor at the same time, and they felt that it was incorrect. Now, the community has been standing by the maternal family. Earlier on, we spoke to them, and they were giving us an idea how this is affecting the family, especially because the grandmother has been a mother now to the children that are currently not with them. Steve explaining to us that they are now with the paternal families. So the two that appeared before court is the uncle and the grandmother. We were advised not to show them. This is to protect the children. But I do have NPA that will elaborate more on that. But before we elaborate on that, I want to speak to the family, to hear, because this has been a difficult time for them. It's been very difficult, and I know for the past few hours, you have gone through quite a lot trying to get the granny out on bail before even coming to court on police bail, and that has not happened. Tell me, when you heard that they are now being released on a 1,000 rand bail each, how did you as a family feel?
Yeah, as a family, the past 2 days in tata. Now that at least we are a step ahead closer to justice, the way it's in even though it will be final, but at least it's a piece of a step se abona la senkile ka jeno hobane pele ntse re etsa re tshwarisa marosna next etsa hala re leboha haholo re le family, even la hore my sister and the uncle of the children ba tswile ka bail, re leboha haholo re ke at least ba tla ya kantle.
Right, thank you very much. That's all we just wanted to hear from the family. You may continue with your day. But what they're explaining to us, Vuyo, is that as a family, they are very relieved that their sister and the uncle is now going to be out on bail. They're saying it's been very difficult. They've been trying, and you will remember that when they were arrested, there is an option of getting a police bail, and that's what they were trying to get before even the 2 suspects were brought into court. And now they're saying that those tries that they were pushing forward with the lawyers and all of that, the engagement, have now yielded something. So they're saying this is a step to the right direction. But I want to bring in NPA now to elaborate on the importance of not identifying these two. Can you explain to us why?
Well, we have a legal duty as the NPA to ensure that the identity of the minor children is protected. So hence we requested in court for the court to make an order not for the grandmother and the uncle's names to be published or their faces shown in the media. Reasons that informed our decision as the NPA is the fact that we were informed that the children are using the maternal surname. Now, revealing the identity of these maternal relatives would then put into jeopardy the identity of the children. Hence, we requested that their names not be published.
And I noted in court that you did not oppose bail for the two people that appeared before court. Why was this?
They are facing charges of common assault as well as intimidation. So as the NPA, our stance was that we will not be opposing bail except for the assault on the police officer, which is the case that was registered by the station commander. So unfortunately, those two dockets were then combined into one docket by the prosecutor, which is a mistake that we can still deal with as the NPA. So the court then, in court then, we then suggested bail amount of 1,000 rands, which was made an order of the court. And once they pay the 1,000 rands bail, they will be free to go home.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's NPA. They're explaining to us why the two suspects were not allowed to be named. And what we're finding is that, again, it comes to the issue of the children. There are two boys that were snatched from school, and those two boys can be identified if you identify the two maternal family members, which we understand now have gotten bail. So in protecting and looking at the Child's Act as well, you need to understand that this is very important to keep the children's identity unknown. And this is why then they opted not to allow that to happen. But a sigh of relief really for the community that is supporting the maternal side of the family, and also the family that has been trying to get the two out because they felt that they were not supposed to be arrested. You will remember that when we arrived at the police station on the day of the incident, which was on Monday, the granny as well was outside, just as concerned. This was before she was arrested, just as concerned about the uncle. So in order for the family to continue with their lives and be able to continue further on, they need this so that they can regroup. And this is why they say this is going to the right direction, a step to the right direction. On the other side, you've got the three suspects that are going to remain behind bars. They've got about 12 charges on their names at this point, which also includes a discharging of a firearm. So these are some of the things that are making it difficult for them to be able to get bail on the same day. But we know that the case has been postponed for them for bail application for later.
At the Palm Ridge Court. Meanwhile, a group of pastors